Welcome to Sageology. I'm Amythyst. We've got a picker pile here today. It is channeled messages from Lady Beetle and our ancestors. I'm really excited to do this. This is a combination reading. I could have broken it up and done two separate channeled videos, but I wanted to combine them both. So as you guys know, I do not use WhatsApp. I don't cold canvas. If anybody's mimicking me or trolling me, report to YouTube and myself. My social information you will find in the description box. I am on Facebook as Sage, and my business page is Sageology, and so is my private group, also called Sageology. If you need me, you'll find my contact details below. So I have 6 different decks out today, and we're going to get straight into it. So the first pile would be journal, the second pile is light language, and the third pile is angelic realms. I have got 4 of my own made decks to be using today, and 2 other decks as well. So I'm just going to put pile 3 and 2 aside, and we're going to start with pile 1. The first card you've got is journal. This is from one of my own decks that I've made. So just let me start channeling and get into this, because there's going to be a lot of information that comes through, and I need to get through the 3 piles. It's going to pack a punch. All right, let's channel. Spirit, please come forward. Ancestors and Lady Beetle, please. Oh, okay, let's do this. So your first card is journal. So Spirit wants you to reflect on what you've been through in the last 6 or so months and what you're aspiring to achieve in the next 6 months. And that could mean to you something so simple as moving house, or it could be finishing off your university or your college studies. It could be having enough money to get a car. It could be getting your small business off the ground, or it mightn't be a small business. You could have a commercial business that you're about to embark on. Either way, Spirit wants you to reflect and journal that. Now, if you don't journal, if you're not the type of person to actually journal, really categorize in yourself, in your thoughts and your emotional space, how you feel about every step of your journey. Even the hiccups and the road bumps that we've come across on our path are always a blessing in disguise. So Spirit really wants you to reflect on where you've been and where you're going. Basically, this is your overall message. I love this. It's one of my own decks. We've got an ancestral channeled message on one of my cards here. This is my own deck. Pain and bliss are equal. Yo. Just give me a minute, and we'll get a ladybug card as well. This is eternal. Aha. All right, just give me a minute. So what would you like to say? Yeah, your ancestors are coming forward. There's a lot of ancestors in the space. There's a lot of male energy come forward today ancestrally. And let me just tap in. Yeah. Oh, chills. Oh, goosies. Okay, so what your ancestors are saying to you is that pain are bliss and bliss are equal. This is one of my favorite cards in my deck here, purely because it is a true statement. It explains things in a multitude of different ways. The same amount of energy a person can expel on the pain and the heartache that they've been through with reflection or currently is the same amount of energy equally spent on the bliss, the joyous, the gratitude side of life. Your ancestors want you to, again, reflect. This is about reflection here. Really thinking about where you've come from, and even just in yourself as a person, how you think about things and your responses and your lack of responses. I do say quite often that no is a sentence unto itself, and no is a power tool, and no is a statement. No means no. So you might have got a voice in the last 6 months. You might have gone, wow, I'm actually standing up for myself, or I'm not taking shit from people, or I'm putting people in their place if they're crossing boundaries. Excuse me, I have a boundary, do not cross. And this is what Spirit's saying. Your ancestors want you to reflect on this and understand that the same amount of energy can be used for gratitude or for feeling pain from the past, and to really work through those things. Another one of their cards says, we know you are grief-stricken, it's okay. Now, if that card doesn't mean anything to you, disregard it. For those of you that have come through a bit of a dark night of the soul, and I'm not sure which way to turn and what's coming up for your life now, and I've really wanted to hear from somebody, a loved one in spirit, etc., there is feminine energy in as well. It's not just a masculine ancestral energy, but they're the men. The men have come forward first today, stepped in front of the women, almost like a protective barrier. And that could mean something to you as well. I do see a fair few people in different military outfits from around the world. So that could also mean something to you. But it says, we know you are grief-stricken and it's okay. So for those of you that are coming through some grief and do have an anniversary of a deceased loved one or something to that degree coming up, a marriage could have broken down, it mightn't be yours, but somebody you love and you're very close to, and they're struggling, and you're going through those emotions with them, helping them get through their journey, whatever it is. It's okay. Your ancestors are saying that pain and that heartache, whatever it is that's going on in your life, is about to lift. You're about to step into a new dawn. Something amazing is about to happen. Can I have another one of these? I've got two in my hand. We've got right through the chain, your link is imperative. Okay? And then we've got, I look at the pile of my cards, right? I just shuffled. You heard me shuffle. And I just said, it's a new dawn for you. Oh, I just got chills again. And this card has come out. It's a new dawn. Meditate for a message. Wow. So if you really, truly do want to have contact with a deceased loved one in spirit, I'm getting told that you need to do an ancestral guided channeled meditation. If you can do it not guided, that's fine. But if you're not that way inclined, do find a really good guided one on YouTube or wherever. I recommend don't do guided meditations of any description for more than about 20-30 minutes. Anything longer than that's unnecessary. Okay, so pain and bliss are equal. We know you're grief-stricken. It's a new dawn. Meditate for a message, and right through the chain, your link is imperative. So your ancestors want you to know that you've got a role to fulfill on this journey of yours. You mightn't work in a spiritual industry, but you are still a very spiritual person. You might have a spiritual background or internally just feel quite spiritual, but on the outset don't necessarily come across that way because you work in a conservative environment or around people that wouldn't necessarily understand what's going on in your life. But you're important to your ancestral realms, and they're saying, don't give up. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. They're going to gift you. You have a gift coming. Now, Lady Beetle, this is one of my own decks again. She wants you to know that this is eternal. Everything you're doing is eternal. The energy you put out is the energy you're feeding back in. She wants you to know that you have done this for a millennia, for lifetimes. Oh, excuse me. Oh, somebody needs a genuine clear up of your throat chakra. Wow. Just give me a minute. And that's a female energy here. And if you want to get specific, you're not overly large, but you're not overly small. You're in the middle, a little bit smaller than medium. You've got brown hair or auburn hair, and it goes past your shoulders. And you may be a smoker, or you may be around smoke, because I can smell cigarette smoke, or that could be an ancestor as a confirmation to you, letting you know that they smoke, and they're with you. That would be a female ancestor, by the way. But either way, whoever you are, Spirit's saying that do a bit of work on your throat chakra as much as you can. You don't have to go over to the point where it's overactive. But at the moment your throat chakra is underactive, and you really need to work on that. Wow. But everything you're working on is important. Everything you're working on is imperative. And Lady Beetle's confirming that. She's saying what you're doing is eternal. You've been doing this for a millennia. You know how to do this. Tap into your codes, tap into your higher self, tap into your spirit realm, your ancestral realms, because they're the people, they're the souls, they're the spirit with the knowledge to help you light the path for what you've got going on in your life right now. We've got superstition, love it. We've got seasoned traveler. Again, you've been doing this for a millennia. Days of oldie wisdom. Wow. It's a theme going on here. And aura of solidity. Okay, so and interesting that those same colours are coming out. Yellow, yellow, green, yellow. So that could mean something to you as well, those colours. Okay, so the superstition card. There's a really important superstition with Lady Beetle. She represents luck and good luck, and she represents family and motherly love. She represents, sorry if you hear the door just shut. My puppy just pushed the door open and came outside. So we're talking about superstition here. We're talking about having good luck come into your life. Now, you just heard that door shut right as I was talking about this. That could be a superstitious thing for you. Something in your life has just been shut out. Boom, you've shut the door. You're like, no more. You know what, you're wearing abrupt. It's just boom, I've shut the door. I've set that boundary. Don't come at me, bro, type of thing. So with the superstition card, you might need to put a picture of a lady beetle on your phone. I always suggest that when certain animals and symbols come through, to have it on your phone as a screensaver for a little while. You might want to put a few pictures of lady beetle up on your social media. You might just want to draw a little lady beetle. You might have a lady beetle tattoo. I have a lady beetle tattoo. I've had it for 15 years. There's lots of different ways that you can work with the superstition of lady beetle. Look up lady beetle as a totem animal or a spirit animal. I will do that today. Again, my throat's still playing up. I'm just going to have a drink. Interesting. Yeah, you need to do some throat chakra stuff. It's underactive. So I will put some Lady Beetle totem messages up on my group today, okay? We've got Seasoned Traveller. Again, Lady Beetle is saying, you have been doing this for a millennia. You know what to do. You mightn't feel in your humanness and the density of 3D stuff, oh God, you know, what am I doing? You might know which step to take next. Or if you're on the right path and you want some signs and synchronistic messages, you're asking Spirit, please, can I have a message? Lady Beetle is here to tell you this is your message. You are a seasoned traveller. You do know what to do. Whether you're aware of it at this point in time, you will get those synchronistic messages come from that superstitious mindset of luck. And we've got Days of Oldie Wisdom. Again, you know what's going on. Call on your ancestors. You have a very important role to play. Use all your knowledge and the information that you know about your culture, for example, and a family members' cultures and their backgrounds and how things were done in the olden days. Days of oldie wisdom. Come from that old school element, because that'll be what gets you forward. That's why we are sitting exactly where we are in our lives as humans this far down the line, from 100 years ago, from 1,000 years ago, because of that old-timey wisdom that our ancestors and our communities have instilled in us for growth, okay? And you might need to have some time on your own, or you might feel as though the information that you have to share with people isn't getting heard. You might feel as though you have solid background, you have solid information, but you can't get your voice across. And again, my throat's playing up. So what Lady Beetle is saying is, come from that space of superstition. Again, everything you're going through is eternal, okay? It's old time wisdom. You're a seasoned traveller, all right? You do have a solid backdrop, though. Don't think for a moment that you don't have the important insights that you need to share with whatever you're doing on your path. Now, we do have another one of my decks, and we've got Cheerful. So optimistic, positive and pleasant, remain in that mindset. And we've got Lucky, wealth, serendipity and kismet. Wow. So the superstition card come out, lucky, wealthy, serendipity and kismet. Really step into that energy, okay? Really step into that energy of superstition to do with Lady Beetle. Really work with her at the moment, honestly. She's going to help you. We've got 2 cards here. No way. Throat chakra. Thank you, Spirit. You can't make this stuff up. You really can't. Number 5, that might mean something to you in your life. Of course, number 5 is the throat chakra on the chakra systems. I did say the chakras are underactive at the moment. Throat chakras are underactive. Okay, you really need to work on that. That's just a synchronistic message. Wow. And we've got love partnership, number 26, which comes up to an 8. That could mean something to you. Love partnership. Now, this mightn't be a romantic partnership for you. It could be a love partnership with a family member, with a mum or a child of yours, or a cousin or a sister, or, you know, something like that, a grandparent in spirit who you really, really love and want to have some time with energetically. This is what that love partnership is. It's now time to call in your tribe from the other realms and the ones that are here. So you might be very close to your mum, but you're missing your grandmother who's in spirit and things like that. Whatever it is, you'll work it out. But don't forget to have that reflection. Can I have 2 more of the ancestral channel messages? Pay our ancestral karmic debts to bring forth freedom for our young. Wow. And I just said something similar to that. Like people are sitting back going, you know, we've pushed our culture. We've pushed our bloodline. We've pushed our techniques. We've pushed our beliefs for years and years and years, 100 years, 1,000 years, to get you to where you are right now, because pain and bliss are equal, and right through the chain, your link is imperative. So this is a message. You are needed. And it says humans are a young bunch with a faded memory. And that comes down to that 5D bullshit where, 3D bullshit where, you know, people seem to forget how spiritual souls are. We are physical bodies housing souls. It's not the other way around. We're not souls with physical bodies. At this point in our life, we're physical bodies that are housing our souls. And people forget that. humans are a young bunch with a faded memory. Not everybody's going to be on your side. Not everybody's going to have faith and belief in what you do. But Ladybug certainly does, and so does your ancestors. What else do you want to say, ancestors? That nudges us, so please follow through. Wow. Ah, one love. Now, you could listen to the Bob Marley song for this, okay? Or that Bob Marley song could mean something to you, but this is from your ancestors. And you've looked the same in some past lives. I love it when this card comes out. That's so amazing. So can I just have a couple of other cards, please, out of one of my own decks? Can I just have 2 of these, please? We've got Dragon. Wow. So you might need to work with the energy of Dragon as well. Dragon could be looking out for you, looking over you, protecting your family and your dreams and your goals and your aspirations, almost like they're hovering over a chest of treasure, of protecting what you've got going on. Wow, we've actually got more than I anticipated. Mercy. This is my sigil. I've made this sigil for people that want to instill mercy in their life. You know, you might need to forgive some ancestors, or you might need to forgive some people in your life that are alive right now, and your ancestors are coming forward to help with that. Or you might be asking for that level of mercy because you feel as though you've let certain people down, or what have you. Use this sigil. I'll put it forward close again. You can screenshot that. You can use this sigil and just as a way to have that level of mercy, okay? And we've got Jubilee. So there is some sort of a celebration coming up here to do with your path and how far you've come. And we've got Prana, the Prana tube, the life force tube that goes right through your system. So you might need to do a bit of a detox and have a bit of a cleanse out. Can I just have one of these? Dedicated effort, yeah. So your spiritual team are letting you know, there's another number 8 there, that's twice 8's come up today. They're letting you know that everything you've done, everything you're working on is not for you not to have the energy that you're associating with, okay? And we've got new vitality, number 1. The angelic realms are assisting you. Your ancestors are with you. Prepare for a celebration. You will get gifted from something from your ancestors very soon. Can I have 1 more card or 2 more cards from Lady Beetle, please? And then I need to move on to number 2. This is cool as. And we've got Rebirth, yo. And we've got Adapt and Achieve. Yes, awesome. That speaks for itself. You've got a bit of a rebirth coming on. Again, you are a seasoned traveler. I said about you having a detox with your prana tube. You might need to spread that out into other areas of your life. You might to detox your friends list, okay? You might need to detox your music lists that you listen to, your playlists and things like that, the stuff you watch on TV, what have you. Thank you, Spirit Ancestors and Lady Beetle, for coming through. Pile 2, Light Language. Oh yeah, it's one of my own decks. This is a sigil for light language, so you might need to screenshot that if you want to. Okay. Now, the next card we've got is Ancestral Channel Message deck. This is my own deck. Safe and protected. Wow, you are safe and protected. And Lady, one of my channeled messages from my Ladybug deck. This says, study your life. Wow. Wow. Okay, just let me channel here. Ladybug and Ancestors. What would you like to say? Ancestors come forward. There's still quite a male energy come forward with the ancestral realms today. As I said in the first pile, that energy is still here. What would you like to say, male ancestors? Because I know you're standing here. Oh, wow. Energy doesn't lie. Wow. Our words are amongst music. Woo. What else we got here? Got way too many in my hand. The spirit realms are beautiful. Hang on a minute. They're stuck together. Wow. And New Age is your current future. Wow. So just let me channel. So what would you like to say, ancestors? Yeah, you are safe and protected. You are a being of light. You mightn't feel that way. You might think, oh, I'm sluggish, I'm tired, I'm overworked, I don't have any money anymore. It's this, it's that, and all these other things going on. But Spirit wants you to know this is all part of your path. You chose to go through these conditions in your life, and that you can work with your light language codes and do some light language activations and things like that as you go through a growth. This particular pile, I'm getting told, is about to hit a really big ascension. I actually think this particular pile has gone through some sort of a dark night of the soul. I personally believe a dark night of the soul is what a human goes through throughout their entire life, from childhood right up until when they pass. It doesn't mean you go through a dark night of the soul for a 10-year bracket, constantly going, I'm going through a dark night of the soul, I'm the dark night of the soul, I'm the dark night of the soul. That's not how dark night of the soul works. But we go through phases. We have levels of growth. It's like the yin-yang balance, the energy balance, okay? It's all about the balance. So you'll go through phases where you're standing in the light, and then you'll go through phases where you're having to delve into your shadow to work on there, and then you'll come back through the light and work on that, then you'll go back through the shadow. And I think you guys have just come through a little bit of dark night stuff, and you're now stepping into that next phase of your ascension to do with your light, and you need to study your life. Lady Beetle is saying, study your life. Look over things that don't serve you. Really look hard and deep at the way you respond to people, about the circumstances that you've been through in your life, the friendships that you have, the lovers that you've had, you know, the relationship you've had with your family and things like that. Your ancestors are here. There is a specific male ancestor here right now saying he is sorry and he apologizes. He could have approached life for you a little differently, whatever that means, okay? And it could just mean that that ancestor was passed away when you were a child, but you remembered them from other lives and you longed for them and you felt like a part of you was missing because they weren't there. That could be something as simple as that. But energy doesn't lie. Our words are amongst music. So listen to music to get synchronistic messages over the next couple of weeks, okay? And the spirit realms are beautiful. So if you're worried about what's going on in the spirit realm, they're okay over there. And New Age is your current future. So don't dwell in the past. Focus on the immediate present and what's coming up for you in the future, okay? Because what you were in your mindsets and your emotional backdrops from 6 months ago, a year ago, could be very different from where you are right now. You've had a lot of growth, okay? So New Age is your current future. Wow. Can I have a couple of my ladybug cards, please? Just 2 or 3. Okay. Interesting. We've got lucky. All right. And we've got new path and we've got remain structured. Wow. All right. So as I said with the other pile, the superstition card come out for the Lady Beetle deck, and I said that is a representation of being lucky. I will be putting some Lady Beetle totem messages and stuff up on my private group, Sageology, today in relation to this video. You have luck on your side. Lady Beetle saying she is blessing you in your life at the moment, and to keep your eye open for those things, but remain structured. You have a new path coming. As I said, you're about to step into some more lighter aspects of your life. You've just come through a bit of shadow. You might just have felt miserable for 2 or 3 weeks, tired, achy, sore, a bit irritable, and gone, well, thank Christ that's over. As that, you know, it could have been because of the change of the season, or it could have been because, you know, you've had, sinus problems or whatever it is. It could just be something that you felt irritable by, but you're not sure truly what it was, and that's why you had a little bit of a dark night of the soul stuff to propel you forward for this new light language stuff that's going on for you. And I don't mean you're new to light language. Whether you are humanly new to light language, you're not new to light language, but this new section of light language that you're now having pawn over you, okay? But remain structured. Lady Beetle has been around for hundreds and thousands of years, Lady Beetle, okay? And they haven't really changed very much when it comes to their level of evolution. They're pretty much the same all the time through. There's different Lady Beetles around the world, of course, but remain structured, because Lady Beetle and her crew, that's my puppy, sorry. Lady Beetle and her crew haven't gotten to where they have over the last couple of thousands of years because they kept changing the evolution and doing things differently because they've stuck with what works for them. That doesn't mean they haven't had growth. It doesn't mean they haven't had to adapt to the pressures of the community, the earth, like how humans are and things like that. But Lady Beetle is the same. Remain structured. You have a new path. You've got really important, fantastic, wonderful things coming for you. Okay, now what have we got here? It's one of my other own decks. Can I have 2 of these? Oops, thank you. Ground. Yep, so work with your heart chakra. Sorry. Thanks, Spirit. I had a feeling heart chakra is going to come out today. Work with your heart chakra and your root chakra. Everything's interconnected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's no coincidences that my tree has 7 triangles. Okay, this is the chakras. You need to work on your heart chakra, as you can see with the colors, and your root chakra at this time. Okay, can I have another one of these? Oh, love. We'll take the top one. Look, that's beautiful. And I'll take this one here, Horus. Okay, so you might need to do some work with Horus. He might have some messages for you. There's some moon energy here, so this is a definite synchronistic message that you have been through somewhat of a dark night of late, okay, recently. Love. Love is love. This could almost look like a little lady beetle, even though it's a strawberry, you know what I'm saying? But this is just another synchronistic message. Come from that space of love in every area of your life. Now, it's interesting I just mentioned root chakra and throat chakra, because look at this. Green and red. Did I say throat? Heart and root. Heart and root. heart and root. Look at the colors, all right? That's a genuine, again, synchronistic message. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. Can I have these ones over here, please? So what have we got here? Attract, another one of my decks. Attract, evoked, intention. Set the intention. You have a new path. This is the remain structured card, okay? And you've got truth, middleman to fact and reality. Wow. So our words are amongst music, okay? New age is your current future. The truth is the middleman to fact and reality. Don't get it twisted. Remain structured, okay? Not everybody's going to believe what you've got going on, but energy doesn't lie. There is some feminine energy coming forward now with the ancestral stuff, and the women are singing. They're humming, they're singing, they're chanting, and I can smell food cooking. So you might need to have a cook up. You might need to cook some traditional food or some food that you know that certain members of your family used to cook and eat, and it was their favorite meals and things like that, just to bring them in. And if you do that, please set them a plate. Set your ancestors a plate at the table. Okay, set them a cutlery, everything, right? Do a whole setup for them at the table at the same time. Energy doesn't lie. And we've got dreams coming true. Wow. So whatever it is you're working on in your life, it's coming into fruition. Your dreams are coming true. And they want you to know this, number 9, okay? So you're coming to the end of that cycle. You're right at the end of the line here. You've got a new beginning coming in. And look at this. I did actually see this card come out today. And I don't always see all the cards that come out. So happy ending. Whatever you've got going on in your life, you have a happy ending. Now, this can be a representation of a Merkaba, so you probably need to do some work with Archangel Metatron involving your light language. So whatever your long-term goals are, so 1993 could be a number for you, or 9 and 3 make 12, so that could also mean something to you. If not, disregard it, but there's a 9, a 9 and a 3, so I might look up the angel number for 993 today if I remember. But you need to do some light language activations and stuff like that, and I recommend you do work with Archangel Metatron, please. Can I just have a couple more of these? We're nearly done, guys. This is a fantastic reading. You're on the right path, all right? Abracadabra, I speak what I create. Yo, I love this. I keep bumping this. It's so much deeper than that. Abracadabra, I speak what I create. You need to Google that stuff and look up the actual symbolism and how deep it goes, you know? And we've got bloodline healing starts with you. Tap in. Wow. Remain structured. Okay, can I have one more actually? Please. They're hard to pull apart. Oh, represent. I love it. I'm getting told to take one more. Take one off the top. And we've got, we are your watchers through all time and dimensions. Oh, so again, you have had your ancestors with you for an exceptionally long time, whether you're aware of it or not. You've spent time with them, with some of your ancestors before you even came into this life, because you were in other realms and you were having time with them there. So that is just amazing. Can I have one more of these? Adventure, number 55. Oh, I love the colors popping off this. Again, Archangel Metatron stuff, okay? And we've got relationship change. Wow. And look what's in my hand. There's another one that's upside down. Music. Our words are amongst music. This came out earlier today, and I thought, okay, I'm going to put it back in because it flipped out, and I thought if it's supposed to come out, it will, and it has. And look, as I said, number 9, that number 9 come up earlier. You're on that change. You're moving forward. You come to the end of a cycle. You're about to hit number 1, new beginning, new path. You got 55 and 56. So what happens in 55 in human form then comes as a 56. Okay, what I mean? You know what I mean? Like that's like a follow through. We've got adventure and relationship. Now, I find it interesting that these two cards are the exact same Merkaba colors in the middle, because not all of them are. You know what I'm saying? They're all different colors, right? So that's beautiful. Everything is synchronistic, and you've got music. So listen to music to get the messages that you need, okay? Can I have a couple more messages from Lady Beetle, please? And I'm going to tie off. This is your last 2 or 3 cards, guys. We've got Supernatural. Wow. What would you like to say, Lady Beetle? Intelligent. Yeah. With your light language stuff, all your stuff's embedded within you. You don't need to try and bring it forward into your life. It's already there. You need to bring it up to the surface now. And we've got mini mass effect and sift through. Wow. All right, that speaks for itself. So we've got supernatural. So some people around the world class Lady Beetles as a supernatural being because they have not evolved much differently than what they were thousands of years ago. Okay, that's what makes them supernatural. They've withstood, you know, bombings. They've withstood wars. They've withstood a whole heap of other stuff. Now, so has a multitude of other animals, but lady beetles are this big. You know what I'm saying? They've withstood nuclear war and all that sorts of stuff. They're supernatural. They're very intelligent. And Lady Beetle is wanting you to know that you're very intelligent. Sift through what you've got going on, okay? Remain structured and sift through your thoughts and really determine what's right and what's wrong for you at this point in your life. And the mini-mass effect, that comes in with a supernatural card almost, because even though lady beetles are tiny, they have had a massive effect on every area of the globe, the world over. They really have a prominent position when it comes to luck, superstition, femininity, even representations of Mary sometimes, Blessed Mary. Okay, so this speaks for itself. There might be little, but they've had a massive effect on the world, all right? And that is your message. Just keep working with your ancestors, set them up a table, and remember, every little step that you take is going to end up having a massive effect, all right? Light language. Please work with Archangel Metatron. Wow, man. Pile 3. Your first card is Angelic Realms. This is from one of my own decks. Beautiful. So obviously the angels are with you. Your card from your Ancestral Channeled Messages deck that I've made says talk to us more. Wow, wow, wow. Reading over. Okay, Lady Beetle messages. Oh, love, lovely love. Oh, getting loved up from the ancestors in the angelic realms right now, guys. I'll leave those for a minute. Okay, wow. So what have we got going on here? Straight away, please. Yes, yes, yes. Archangel Jophiel is here in the space. Archangel Michael. Archangel Raphael. Who else? Anybody else? Lord Metatron, Archangel Metatron. They are working with your ancestors at this time. You have a massive, massive role to play, and it's about to hit. If you've been worried about how you're going to have money come in for a project to do with something spiritual on your path or what have you, hold tight, buckle in. Shit's about to get real. Your life's about to propel forward in a way that you didn't expect. It might happen very, very fast. So after months and months and months of an incubation period of thoughts, how do I step forward? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I make this money happen? I need funding. I need grants. I need whatever. All these months of churning that around within yourself, you've put the intention out and so deep rooted into your realms that things are about to kick in for you. You are loved. You are loved. You are loved. Lady Beetle wants you to know she's also a symbol of love, okay, as well as luck and other things. And she wants you to know that Lady Beetle loves you. Your ancestors love you. The angels love you. They think you are lovely. They really love your energy. Energy doesn't lie. They love your vibe. They love your mindset. They love that you're makes me emotional. Whoa. They love how in tune you are with yourself and with your guides and with your ancestors, okay? Everybody that I've just mentioned is happy, here to announce we love you. You're lovely. Angelic realms. I mean, we're not just talking one angel here, guys. The angelic realms have popped up for you today. Wow, that's like a portal, okay, on my card. So let's have some more ancestral channeled messages. Talk to us more. You might think, how could I possibly talk any more to my ancestors? That's all I do all day is jibber jabber back and forth to my ancestors. What they're saying is maybe do it a little differently. If you've got an altar, clean up their altar. Give them fresh food on their altar. Maybe, get some seasonal flowers out of the garden, or the old nana up the road might have some flowers in her garden. You say, look, can I please, buy her a chocolate cake or some packet of biscuits and give her that in exchange for some flowers out of her garden. Just little things like that. Like, you really need to up the ante. Sorry, hang on. I really had to have a drink then because I thought like my throat was about to squeak out completely like a little mouse. Whoa. You might need to look up the spiritual meaning of mouse, or the totem, or the spirit meaning of mouse, okay? Because I felt really mouse-like then. I felt like my throat was going to get mousy. So whatever that means, look it up, all right? So you need to do different things to interact with your ancestors. I did say in pile 1 that they want you to do a guided meditation with them so they can have some contact with you, okay? And we've got forgiveness will set you free. Wow, calm down. Heavy. Just saying hello. Oh, and we too are guided by spirit. Oh my gosh, the angelic realm card. That's what I was saying. The angels, the particular angels I've messaged, Jophiel, I mentioned, I can't even get my words out. Archangel Jophiel, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, and Lord or Archangel Metatron. Okay, they're working with the angelic realms as representatives with your ancestors at the moment. They are guided by spirit. Wow, that's a confirmation. What else do we have here? And we've got make peace within, we can help you. That sort of ties in with forgiveness will make you free, and cleanse your being in or near the sea. So if you can't get to an ocean or something like that, you have water all around you, but they're rivers, not oceans, have a salt bath. Even if you can't have an actual bath, have a salt soak for your feet, okay? Get some Epsom salts or what have you, some orange blossom and things like that, and have a really good soak, because spirit wants you to have that release. If you can actually get into that body of water, that would be a lot better. It's quite cleansing. It purifies the soul, the aura, and things like that as well. Okay, so what else do we have here? There's another one of my decks. Adore, respectful, devotional homage. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Hang on a minute. And medicinal, shamanic healing properties. Wow, wow. Just give me a minute. Let me channel. What do you want to say, guys? Ancestors are forward. There's a couple of women coming forward from the one family, and they are saying that they respect and adore your devotional homage that you are exhibiting on your path to the ancestors in your life. Now, that doesn't mean reflecting on feministic or male energies. It just means that the women are coming forward to share that love, praise with you, saying we adore you, we really respect your devotional homage that you're paying to your path. You're taking your spiritual path seriously. You've spent a lot of time thinking about this. You poured a lot of heart and soul into what you're doing on your growth and your journey. Medicinal, shamanic healing properties. They're going to bless you. Like I said, buckle in, guys, because shit's about to get real. Things are going to propel forward quite fast for you, and not everybody in your life is going to be happy about that. But at the same time, you need to remember that you might need to have some shamanic healing. You might need to go and see a herbalist. You might need to get a massage once a fortnight or once a week while you've got this new growth stuff going on for you now, what have you. Major changes are about to happen. If that doesn't mean anything to you about going to have a massage, for example, you might have women or men in your ancestral line that did do herbalism or witchcraft or voodoo, whatever you'd like to call it, some sort of magic with elixirs and balms and herbs and things like that. That might be just a message for you that you need to pull on those things at the moment to give you some strength and some energy and some healing, shamanic healing properties. Okay, wow, that is my background. What else do we have here? Observe, number 12. Wow, it's very similar colors in this card. Okay, interesting. So observe. So there's 4 different women here. It's the same woman, but it's 4 depictions of herself looking at herself in her present state. So it could be like there's chakras here. So there's solar plexus, sacral, throat, and root chakra. I'll start again. Solar plexus, sacral, heart, and throat chakra. Now in the middle we've got this neutral color here. Now that could be your soul star chakra, which is the one above your crown. Now what Spirit's saying is maybe your chakras need to have an alignment, or maybe it could be like the seasons: earth, fire, winter. Oh, I can't even speak, I'm flustered. Earth, fire, air, and water. That could be a symbolism of that for you. Whatever it is, it could just be a representation of witchcraft. It could mean something for you. Just pull on that. Be the observer of your own life. Be the observer of what you've got going on in your world. You've got all this beautiful angelic energy pouring down through the angels that I mentioned earlier. They're working right through you, coming right down through your system. Okay, you got a lot of protection. You're safe. You've got good things going on. Number 3, creativity. Now I didn't mention earlier 2 and 1 make 3, and now we've got a 3 here. 33 is a power number. 12 could mean something, or 3 or 33 could mean something for you. Creativity. We've got that yellowy gold coming down here. We've got that yellowy gold over here. We've got that yellowy gold on here, and the Merkaba that you work with Archangel Metatron with. So what you need to do is remember that you are in that creative space. Come from whatever it is that you're doing. Observe this roll out for you now. Have a breather. That medicinal card come up. Have a little rest. I keep bumping the camera. I'm so sorry. I'm flustered. I don't know why. This is quite high energy, and I feel like I want to leap off the chair, but I can't. Thanks, Lady Beetle. What do we got here? Create to better. Hello, creativity. Rainy days. Love it. Third eye. Self-reliance. Zero doubts. fate for real, and dormant gifts. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. All those cards in itself could just be a reading. Okay, so what Spirit's saying is, Ladybug is saying to you, use that creative element. Again, come from that creative space, all right? Observe what's going on around you. Reflect on how far you've come and everything that's about to kick in for you, and enjoy it, okay? Rainy days, you might have a pocket of money reserved for something. You might have some energy reserves. You might have some ideas that you're saving for a rainy day. You think, oh, I love that idea, but I might need that one day. But now it's not the time. Well, this is the time. Spirit's saying now pull that out. Work with your third eye, work with spirit, work with the angelic realms, work with the particular angels that I mentioned and your ancestors. Really tap in with that. Maybe do some third eye clearing and stuff, and be self-reliant. This is just a message, a confirmation that you have been self-reliant with all the thoughts and the energy you've put into what you're trying to achieve for your goals to do with your spiritual path and your journey, okay? It's really important. So we've also got zero doubts, fate for real, and dormant gifts. Again, with the rainy days, pull out that bit of extra that you've got going on, okay? Those special things that you've kept aside for a rainy day, all right? Those thoughts and those ideas, pull them out. Have zero doubts. Your ancestors are saying there's no need to have doubts at this point in your life. This is fate. This is fated. This is very real. This is a very real situation. And even though it might seem surreal, it's not, okay? Create to better. The dormant gifts. Something wonderful is about to come into place for you because of how hard you've worked on your journey and on your life. Can I have a couple of ancestral messages? We've spent time with your unborn children before they come to earth. Wow. Situations are not as they appear. Yep. Hang on, I'll try and get the card out. And sing, dance, laugh. There's two here. Hang on a minute. I think they're joined together. Sing, dance, laugh, and future generations are ancestors too. Boom. That's why this card has come out. We spend time with your unborn children before they come to earth. Future generations are ancestors too. So whatever you're doing, your ancestors want you to know they're very proud of you and they love you very much, because what you're doing has really made a difference. So we've got the Archangel Michael cards come out. We've got, can I have two more? Fort, okay, and can I have one more, please? Say one more and a heap more come out. Fairies. Passion, this is a sigil for passion. Passion doesn't necessarily have to mean a sexual thing, okay? Passionate for your gift, your journey, your path, all right? And we've got the Akasha. Yes, okay, so Fort. Archangel Michael, Fort. Now, I do have another card in this deck that says Fortress. There's a big difference. So a fort is about being locked in, being held safe, being protected from outside forces, for example. And this is the confirmation. You're protected. Your ideas, your aspirations, your goals, your dreams, they are protected. Nobody's going to be able to interfere with that. Spirit won't allow it, okay? Archangel Michael's got his sword there. We've got the fairies. So you might have some fairy-like energy come forward to you at this time. You might need to work with the fairies at the Fae at the moment and see what they come forward with, okay? Come from that passionate element. Everything you're doing is creative, and be proud of how far you've come. Shout yourself a little treat. And we've got the Akasha. This speaks for itself. Whales are a representation of the Akashic record. My main totem animal is whale. I have a big whale tattoo, traditional whale tattooed on my leg. Okay, it goes up one side, whole side of my thigh. All right, so you might need to do some Akashic record stuff. You might need to do an Akashic record meditation or guided meditation, or you might be studying the Akasha, or you want to study something to do with the Akashic records. And this is a confirmation. Create to better. Be passionate about it, because future generations are ancestors too. And because you're awake and you're aware of what you've got going on and what you're doing in your life, you're really setting the tone energetically for future generations. And you should be so proud of yourself. I mean, it mightn't just be you. Just because you know you've got 10 family members in your city, it doesn't mean that you don't have family members that live on the other side of the world that you don't know anything about. I mean, that's what you find out when you do ancestry.com stuff, for example, all right? Little plug there. But thank you very much. Maybe work with some amethyst, because I keep looking at this amethyst as I'm sitting here today, okay? Two more cards out of one of my decks here. Can I have one or two more cards to tie off this reading for pile 3, please? Thank you for coming in, ancestors and Lady Beetle. We've got identity, unity of differences, growth, life force in its true power, wow, and honesty, sensory experienced transaction, wow, and roots. Healthy starting is key. Yep. So you're doing the right things. Everything you're doing is right. Just because how you perceive things isn't the same as somebody else doesn't mean it's wrong. You've got a lot of growth going on here, okay? You're representing an identity. Again, what you're doing is allowing growth and change and more freedom spiritually for the next generations to come. So congratulations, but you've got a lot of good stuff coming. Shit's about to get real. Enjoy it. Much love. Peace out. I'll be back. Amethyst.